The People's Court, today at 4:30.
She's very high-priced, you know.
Who?
Wilhelmina, my cook. I lured her away from the coach house, and here on an impromptu basis, she prepared a gourmet feast. You hardly seem interested in it at all.
Sorry, Sky, I don't have much of an appetite.
What's the matter? You have the bridegroom's jitters or what?
No, it's not that at all. What worries me is what's happened at the bridal shop. I can't understand why the car I sent for Raven turns up half an hour early.
Well, I'm sure that they'll charge you for half an hour extra waiting time.
Yes, but if they were early, she should have been home by now. I've called twice. No reply.
Well, just because the car was ready doesn't mean Raven was. You know women. Well, I remember one time I was down
Could I use the phone again?
Yes, please, be my guest. Knowing Raven, she probably used the car to go on another errand.
Geraldine Saxon, please.
When Raven gets on one of these shopping sprees, it's almost no way to get her stopped.
Still no reply. Well, I suppose you're right. There's no point in worrying.
Will somebody let me out of here?
Hello, Mr. Alexander. How nice to see you again.
Hello, Snell.
Absolutely correct. Snell. Leopold Snell.
Why did you have somebody bring me here?
We didn't have the chance to get acquainted on St. Eleonora. I thought this would be a good opportunity.
Well, you didn't have to abduct me. I mean, you could have called me on a phone.
I had actually no time or way of getting in touch with you. I was fortunate to see you and Ian, my old friend, this morning.
I happen to have a date with Ian, and he's going to be very upset if I don't show up, so I think...
I don't think you understand, Miss Alexander. The whole purpose of getting you here was to make Ian upset.
The Edge of Night is brought to you by Mountain-Grown Folgers, mountain-grown coffee, the richest kind. And by Era, a combination of powerful cleaners to clean all the way through.
Hidden deep in the mountains of your dirty laundry are some very tough stains. Introducing an incredible new laundry detergent that gets them out. Introducing new Era Plus with protein. Why protein? Because stains like tough color soil, ketchup, even ground-in grass are made of protein. And protein gets our protein stains. Era Plus on even set-in blood. Protein gets our protein. Put a little Era Plus on problems. Add a quarter cup to clean the whole wash. Nothing gets out every stain, but new Era Plus will get out some of the toughest. New Era Plus with protein gets out stains to get your whole wash clean.
What do you use in the automatic drip coffee maker?
Folgers Flake Coffee.
Delicious.
What'd you use in the automatic coffee maker?
Folgers Flake Coffee.
Great.
Mrs. Olson, what'd you use? Oh, Folgers Flake Coffee.
Nothing's better in these coffee makers.
Why is that?
Oh, Folgers is mountain grown, the richest kind of coffee.
And it's flaked?
Flaked to release more rich flavor. You use less. If you normally use 5 measures, you'll only need 4 of Folgers flaked coffee.
Delicious.
Folgers is a coffee recommended by General Electric with the brew starter timer. Mountain-grown Folgers. That's how good coffee makers make great coffee.
Now, don't misunderstand me, Ian. I'm not making myself out to be an expert on Raven Alexander, although my relationship with her does go back a bit further than yours.
But it didn't begin very pleasantly, did it?
No, I don't suppose it did, at least not for Raven.
She told me all about it. How you virtually threw her out of the house as soon as you'd legally made your claim.
Yes, well, I was well within my rights. It is my house.
Well, nobody said you were in the wrong.
Raven did. In a very loud, shrill voice, as a matter of fact. Ever noticed how shrill her voice can be?
No, I can't say I have.
Well, let's face it, Ian. I mean, you are getting yourself involved with a bit of a spoiled child. I hope you're prepared for her tantrums, although you may very well be just the kind of man that she needs.
Well, what makes you say that?
Well, you're stable. You're a stable type. Or as you say, a stodgy businessman. That may be just the type for Raven.
Well, it's not easy to tell, is it? But marriage is a gamble, whichever way you look at it.
Why gamble when there are so many beautiful women in the world?
You know, the last time we talked, I was under the impression that the only beautiful woman in the world, as far as you were concerned, was Valerie Bryson.
Yeah, well, of course, I still feel that way about Valerie.
But you haven't declared yourself. Have you made any progress?
I'm sure that Valerie has got no doubt about the way I feel about her.
Ah, but you don't feel that strongly to make a claim.
Just a minute, old man. Just because you feel you're ready to take the plunge doesn't give you the right to get up on the soapbox and start to preach to others, eh?
Do you see Valerie often?
Yes, about every other day.
Good. Why don't you invite her to the engagement party?
I'm not sure that she'd be able to make it.
Ask her. Raven will be delighted.
Yes. I'm sure that you would be delighted.
I tried to get action into the pictures wherever I could. I didn't think you'd want static shots of auxiliary policemen smiling at the camera.
Right, you're absolutely right. These are magnificent. They're absolutely wonderful. Really, I think this one is dramatic enough to use for the lead item. Don't you think so?
It's your story.
Now, wait a minute, Valerie. You have added a great deal to this. I honestly mean that.
I'm so glad you think that. I was a little worried when you walked in here today. You didn't look very happy.
Well, I wasn't, and I'm not, but not because of the pictures or anything here. Something happened this morning.
Oh, what? At the newspaper?
No, police headquarters. Look, Valerie, you're going to be hearing about it soon enough. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of coverage, so I might as well tell you Nicole Cavanaugh confessed to killing Nora Fulton.
Oh, Nancy, no.
Yeah, I could have sworn she was incapable of doing anything more than slapping that woman, which apparently she did once.
But murder?
Yeah. It makes you realize how far you can be provoked.
What must Jody be feeling right now?
We've been friends for such a long time. Suddenly, Mike is her prosecutor. Which reminds me, I have to get back home to meet him.
Nancy. Excuse me. Hello. Oh, hello, Sky.
Valerie, hi. Listen, I've called to invite you to a party.
A party?
You don't seem to be in quite a cheerful mood.
Well, I'm sorry, Sky. I was discussing something that's not too cheerful.
Oh, well, get yourself in a better mood. This is an engagement party.
An engagement? Oh, do you mean Ian and Raven?
Yes, I just got the invitation. It was delivered personally, as a matter of fact. However, I believe it is conditional on your coming with me. So don't say no. It's tomorrow night.
Well, yes. I'll say yes. That's fine. Thank Ian for the invitation. I'll see you then. Good. Bye-bye. Well, that answers one question.
What was that?
I used to think that Raven was terribly interested in the real Sky.
Oh?
Oh, yeah, I thought she was going after him tooth and polished nail. And maybe she was, but I guess she's given up the chase.
Yes, I heard that she's engaged. Yeah.
To Ian, Sky's good friend. He's having an engagement party tomorrow night. I think I'm going to enjoy it.
Mike, I can't stay long. I just want to know if things have settled down as far as your wife is concerned.
If you mean, is she happy about what we're doing? The answer is no.
Well, I didn't quite expect that. I really want to know, well, I want to know if Nancy's going to continue to cooperate.
Well, I'm sure she hasn't broken the confidentiality, if that's what you mean.
I didn't expect she would, of course. Look, I know she realizes that the end results of what we're doing, I don't have to give you this speech.
Don't preach to the converted, they say. Would you like a drink?
A short one. Still, I can't help wondering if with her natural influence over your own feelings, you might not...
You don't have to worry about me, David. I'm in this ball game until the final whistle blows. I just hope the whistle blows pretty soon.
Well, I have complete confidence in you, Mike, but I'd be not honest if I didn't admit that I have less confidence in Nancy.
I can assure you that Nancy will not reveal a thing.
Look, please don't misunderstand me. I know she wants to do the right thing, but I'm just afraid that out of her concern for Valerie Bryson, she might make some inadvertent statement or an outburst of some
I
kind.
really don't think that will happen.
Well, I'm sure you're probably right, but still,
David, listen, I know what the stakes are here. I know how you and the rest of the CEA feel about finding this phone book. Now, I'm willing to make sacrifices. And even worse, have other people make them. People who don't even know they're in the ball game, like Valerie Bryson.
Mike, I appreciate
Let me finish. I just want you to know there is one thing I will not sacrifice. The quality of my marriage. If that happens, you'll have to find yourself another boy.
Look, I'm due at a meeting. I promise you that these sacrifices will end soon, but the first stage has to be the marriage of Raven Alexander and Ian Devereaux. And we've got to make sure that nothing interferes with that. That's why these next few days are crucial. Absolutely crucial.
Jill and Lisa followed the instructions on Old El Paso taco sauce. Now they make great tacos. Uncle Bert followed the recipe on Old El Paso enchilada sauce. Now he makes great enchiladas. Jane followed the recipe on Old El Paso refried beans. Now she makes great tostados. Come to Old El Paso for all the ingredients and know-how you need to make great-tasting Mexican food. Old El Paso makes great Mexican food.
I love the crunchy wheat taste of Kellogg's Mini Wheats, but the frosting side agrees with the little kid in me.
The whole grain shredded wheat side, to me, is quite superior. The light frosting kisses my girlish interior.
Kellogg's Mini Wheat cereals. Whole grain shredded wheat for the adult in you, light frosting for the kid in you.
For me, the manly side of Mini Wheats is fitting. But the frosting's good, too. And I'm not kidding.
Bob, take this beauty back to the warehouse and get me an inventory of everything else that's there.
Thanks, sir, Mr. Weddle.
We got to go over the blocking this first scene very carefully. There are a lot of exits and entrances.
I think you need a traffic cop, not a stage manager.
We also have to revise this floor plan. There's too much furniture, for one thing.
Now, who designed the set?
Somebody who's no longer with the company. We can't use this drawing.
Well, now, wait a minute. Just let me take a shot at it, Gavin.
All right, go ahead. Could be useful.
Well, that's what I'm here for, sir.
All right, but don't knock yourself out. You're not getting paid, remember?
Oh, yes, I am. I'm working for my first love, you know, the theater. Anyway, back to the script.
Yeah, back to the script. We have to concentrate on this. You know, I don't even have a prop list. Every time I draw one up, I leave something off of it.
Would you please let me handle it? That's what a production assistant's for, to assist.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not used to delegating tests. I'll give you a script. There should be another one around
Oh, no,
somewhere.
no. I'll find it later. Now, listen, I've got a suggestion, Gavin.
What?
I think you need some lunch. Why don't we find a nice, quiet place where we can go and have a little... I think it'd be best, though, to find a place where you haven't been before.
Why?
So Jody won't run into us. I don't think you'd like that, would you?
She wouldn't, that's for sure. How'd you know that?
I saw what happened, Gavin.
You were here when Jody smacked me?
I don't mean to pry, but what were you two fighting about?
You don't want to hear about it.
Hey, boss. You know, I learned a long time ago that if you get things off your chest, it makes you feel better.
You're going to hear about it anyway on the evening news. Jody's sister has confessed to killing a woman named Nora Fulton.
The woman that was found strangled in the TV studio. Now, wait a minute. Just because her sister was involved, why is she mad at you?
Well, the reason Jody's mad at me is because, I guess you could say I blew the whistle on her. I didn't want to do that. It just couldn't be helped.
Don't tell me you were an eyewitness.
Well, pretty close to one. I was there. Saw Nicole leaving. Anyway, whatever happened in that studio, I know it's not Nicole's fault. That woman drove her to it.
Oh, Gavin, you're just in agony over this thing, aren't you?
Jody said that she would never speak to me again. That's how serious she is about it.
I'm sorry. You two were very sweet together. You know, I'm amazed that she would behave this way, Gavin.
Miles and Nicole are the only family she's got. They mean everything to her.
More than you, apparently. I'm sorry.
Come on, let's go chow down. Maybe if I eat, I won't think.
Say hi to Grandma. Oh, Mom, she's such a happy baby.
And comfortable, because Josie wears Love's.
Love's hourglass design fits comfortably.
All elastic diapers don't fit the same. Compare yours to Love's. Hold it up to the light. If the padding's wide, it has to bunch up between your baby's legs. Love's padding's curve to fit comfortably.
Your baby's comfort begins with love. Love.
Smile and hold it, hold it!
I've got the fever for the flavor of the Pringles.
The fever for the flavor of a Pringles?
It's a deep-fried taste. It's the crispy crunch. Pass the Pringles, please. I need a bunch. We've got the fever for the flavor of a Pringles.
It's the deep-fried taste.
It's the crispy crunch. We've got the fever for the flavor of a Pringles.
No preservatives, regular light rippled.
You'll catch the fever for the flavor of a Pringles.
How does your fabric softener smell?
Ah, nice. Ah, nothing.
Introducing new unscented Bounce.
Unscented Bounce doesn't leave a scent on my clothes. That I love. Regular Bounce gives me the long-lasting freshness I love.
Now there are two kinds of Bounce.
Both control static cling, while both leave your clothes soft and fluffy.
Regular or new unscented Bounce for...
Ah, nice.
Or...
Ah, nothing.
Hello, honey.
Hi.
I am late again.
That's all right.
Sorry. Okay. But I did tell you I was going to stop over at Valerie's to look at the new pictures that she took, you know, the ones for the article on the
yes.
auxiliary police.
How were they?
They were very good. Excellent, as a matter of fact. You know, you're right. I feel much better talking here. What about Nicole?
There's really not much news. I'm afraid she's going through the customary routine right now.
Meaning the police are booking her.
Yes. Derek is trying to reach Judge Santora to arrange a early hearing and possible bail so she won't have to spend the night in a cell.
But, honey, if she's confessed to a capital offense, will they grant her bail?
It depends upon the degree of the offense. In this case, well, Nancy, the truth is I don't know how the judge will decide. I'm guessing that he'll be sympathetic.
Oh, I'm really worried about this. Is there, something that you could do?
Nancy, I have to be very circumspect in this matter. I can't use my office to show favoritism of any
so
kind.
well known. I mean, so many people love her. You would never be faulted by anyone at all, by doing what can be done.
Honey, I promise I'll do my best. You know I will.
Oh, of course you will. I've given you a hard time these days, haven't I, huh?
Maybe I've given you good reason.
Oh.
Did, you and Valerie talk about anything else, besides the photographs?
Meaning Sky Whitney, of course?
Yes, did she bring up his name?
Honey, she can't speak 5 sentences without mentioning his name.
I see.
I was doing very well there for a little while. I mean, we were talking about the article and the pictures, and then suddenly, telephone rang, and voila, here was Sky.
He's really playing his part well, isn't he?
Much too well. He was calling to invite her to Ian and Raven's engagement party. And she seemed to be so relieved to hear that. It really meant a lot to her.
You mean the invitation?
No, the engagement. Because she said to me that she had for some time thought that there was something between Raven and Sky. Boy, you can't fault her intuition.
And now she's convinced it must be all over.
Exactly. David Cameron's schemes certainly worked with her, as they did with Ian Devereaux. You should all be proud of yourselves.
No, Nancy, I'm not.
I know, of course you are. Hello?
Nancy?
Yes.
Ken Jackson here.
Oh, Ken, did you get the article on Mrs. Stevenson? Or is that why you're calling?
Actually, I haven't had a chance to read it yet. I was going to take it to lunch.
Although I'd prefer a beautiful redhead.
Just keep in mind you have 48 hours to use it. Otherwise, she withdraws her consent, okay?
I'm calling about a different story, a much, much bigger story. Are you sitting down?
Oh, I can take it, Chief.
Well, the question is, can you take a plane tomorrow morning?
You're kidding. Where to?
Well, it's a wonderful time of the year to head south, don't you think? I mean, all the way south, to South America.
For heaven's sake, what for?
Because who's willing to talk to a reporter? Especially one named Nancy Carr. Initials VSL.
You don't mean Victor Long? My gosh, I didn't know anybody even knew where he was.
Well, I've just been told where he is by a highly reliable source. And I was told that a personal interview can be arranged. Now, that's the first one he's given since he stole, oh, what was it at last count, 10 or 15 million from Uncle Sam?
He hasn't been touched since, thanks to no extradition laws.
He's been a bad boy, but the public is dying to hear his story, and you're going to write it. That is, if Mike will let you off the leash.
Now, where did you ever get that kind of an idea? Listen, of course I want to do the story, but why so sudden? And how long?
Well, it's hard to say. Figure a week.
Okay, well, let me talk it over with Mike,
Well, let me know soon, Nance, because, you know, I have to know right away. Otherwise, I'm going to have to change some jobs around.
Oh, can I talk to you after lunch?
Yeah, I'll be at my desk at 1:30, but don't be any later than that.
I'll be there.
All right. Bye-bye. Well, I think she's happy about it.
I thought you would be.
Now, would you make me happy and tell me what this is all about?
We've been in contact with Victor Long before. He's talked to several of our people. As far as he is concerned, Mrs. Carr will just be another one of them. We'll supply all the credentials.
Oh, that's damn nice. Ollie, why are you doing all this?
Mrs. Carr is a good friend. I wanted to do her a favor, but anonymously, Mr. Jackson. That's our agreement. Anonymously.
I do one thing. I tap, tap, and tap. Because when you concentrate on one thing, work on all the steps, you can reach the top. Like Kentucky Fried Chicken. Their specialty is chicken. And the steps they take to make it right can't be duplicated. They take the best chicken and cook it up fresh the Colonel's special way. It's so good, you can taste it right down to your toes.
Kentucky Fried Chicken. We do chicken right.
Women have performed this magic for years, taken worn, damaged hair, and in 30 minutes, restored it to beautiful. It's no trick. It's the science of Clairol Condition Beauty Pack's collagen-enriched formula, from which Clairol created Condition 2 Instant After Shampoo Treatment and Condition Shampoo, also collagen-enriched. They restore resiliency, smoothness, shine. It's the kind of magic Clairol Condition does best. Beautiful hair. Ta-da!
On Ryan's Hope, Joe may be too late to save Siobhan from an appointment with danger.
My pleasure.
You have an attractive place here.
I'd like to show you around.
Ryan's Hope, weekdays.
Well, where have you been all morning?
You never listen to a word I say anymore, do you?
What?
I have been at the Whitney Theater, where I am currently employed as a production assistant to Mr. Gavin Wiley.
Bit of a short day, wasn't it?
He didn't feel like putting in a long day today. He had some kind of a row with his girlfriend.
Over his new employee, no doubt.
Never you mind. What have you been up to?
Me, I had a very pleasant morning with my old friend Sky. I stayed to lunch. He has a superb cook.
Was Raven there with you?
No, this was strictly man-to-man.
I'll bet she was there in spirit.
As a matter of fact, I'm a bit concerned as to her whereabouts.
What do you mean?
Well, she went to this bridal shop to pick up a wedding dress. I ordered a car to pick her up, but it seems to have arrived half an hour early. I don't understand why.
That scarcely seems reason to panic, Ian.
I'd just feel better if I knew where she was, that's all.
Well, maybe you have your wish.
Hello?
Good afternoon, Ian.
Who is this?
It's Leopold, Ian. Leopold Snell.
Ah, yes. One moment, please. Camilla, do you mind?
More secrets, hmm? You know, what would you do someday if I did mine?
All right.
Yes, now, where are you?
Within walking distance, Ian. Walking distance. Isn't that nice?
Snell, you're supposed to be in Rio or the Philippines. What the hell are you doing in Monticello?
Why, I'm entertaining a visitor, Ian. The charming lady whose acquaintance I made on St. Eleonora.
You don't mean Raven Alexander, do you?
Yes, exactly. Would you like to speak to her?
Ian, what is going on? He has got me locked up in some room. I don't know where I...
Why, yes. She dropped in on me a little while ago, and if you want to see her, Ian, in reasonable condition, I think you might consider a trade.
What do you mean a trade?
I think you know one little document for the life of one very lovely young lady.
Mrs. Mary Lou Atterbury talks about Tylenol.
With a job and 2 wonderful grandchildren, I have good reasons to take care of myself. So when I get a headache or other aches and pains, I not only want a pain reliever that works, I want a pain reliever that I can put my trust in. I always use Tylenol. It's been my pain reliever for many years, and I have just as much confidence in Tylenol now as I ever did. My first experience with Tylenol was in the hospital. It worked then, and it's been working for me ever since. It's good to find a product that you can really trust. That's why I'm glad I discovered Tylenol a long time ago. It works for me, and I continue to trust it.
Tylenol. You can trust our good name. Available in regular and extra-strength tablets. And now reintroducing Tylenol capsules. Safety sealed 3 ways. The carton is securely glued. The cap is tightly wrapped. The bottle is foil sealed. Be sure all 3 seals are intact when you first use Tylenol capsules.
Tonight, a seafaring cat who loves to windsurf and swim on That's Incredible. Then, perfect wife, perfect family, but he wanted out. Robert Conrad, Jennifer Warren, and Mary Crosby. An intimate look inside the home, inside the heart. Confessions of a Married Man. The ABC Monday Night Movie.
Tonight on ABC's World News Tonight, West German elections have NATO nations holding their breath. Peter Jennings reports from Berlin on U.S.-Soviet pressure over the controversial issue of nuclear missile deployment in Central Europe. ABC News, uniquely qualified to bring you the world.
Hey, Jockey brand underwear is having their once-a-year sale now at A&S. That's the kind I like. And it's 20% off just once a year at A&S. Terrific.
Hello, everyone. I'm Cuddy Tong. Coming up on the 5 o'clock Eyewitness News, 5 young children have been found in a Manhattan apartment. Police think they may have been abandoned. Their mother is under arrest. We'll have a complete report on that, and we'll have this.
There's going to be something besides the Rockettes on the stage of Radio City Music Hall. What's coming down here? I'm John Buchan, and I'll tell you.
Also, we'll have the latest on the trucker strike, which is slowing down food shipments, how to cut home heating costs, and Dynasty star Linda Evans help people trying to lose weight at 5. See you then.
Got the hardest part of living up to her golden girl image. To show the world that there's more beneath our hair than dark roots.
Then, check out what's on top of this week's TV charts.
And relive the 50s quiz show where the right answer could win you 64,000 big ones.
It's Entertainment Tonight at 7:30 tonight on 7.